Hi, I'm Sherry Dias-Malott, and I'm the leading authority for teaching women how to use makeup with confidence. And I'm going to show you today how to figure out what the shelf life, what the product life of your makeup and beauty items should be. It's really easy to find the answer to that. And if you hold on a minute, I'm going to start the video. Oh, but if you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, I would love for you to hit the subscribe button so that you get notified whenever I upload a new video. So hold on a second and I will show you this really easy tip so that you know when your products are best during what duration of time. Hold on just a minute. I'm going to show you a really easy tip so that you can tell when your products have maybe reached the end of their lifespan, okay? There are certain industry guidelines. For example, something like a mascara. Let me grab an old tube that I have right here. I don't use this brand anymore, but for years I used to get the drugstore brand. And I used to get so angry because it always ended up in my eyes. It was flaking into my eyes. It was coming down under my eyes. It was a mess. I just never felt like I had mascara that worked very well for me. Well, let me give you this little tip. Once you open a tube of mascara, you now start introducing air into the tube, right? Because it's sealed, like it's fresh, it's brand new, and you know when you open a brand new tube of mascara, is it just like amazing, right? It's sort of like having a new iPhone and peeling that protective layer off the first time. Well, a new tube of mascara is quite satisfying in the same way. It feels amazing. It goes on beautifully. But over time, as you open it up and you put the mascara on, air gets into the product. And little by little by little, it just starts to dry out. It's just the way that it is. But here's one thing I don't want you to do, because there are things you can do that can speed up that process, and you probably don't want that to happen, right? You want your products to last you as long as they're supposed to. You want them to give you great results the entire time that you have them, right? If you are doing this with your mascara, if you are pumping the brush back and forth into it, I want you to stop, okay? Because when you do that, you are injecting anything that's in the air, whether it's, you know, it's really dry in my house right now, it's getting cooler and we're kicking up the heat, and so any of that dry air is going in there also. If you're in the room, or maybe you just sprayed some hairspray or some kind of perfume, anything that would be aerosoled into the air, or even a fine mist, could potentially also get back into your product and start to break it down. The same thing is true if you have a kind of like a cream, a face cream, a moisturizer, a mask. If you are taking your fingers and dipping it into a container, any residual oils, anything left on your cuticles or under your nails would also get into that product. And so those contaminants, for lack of a better word, also start to break down your product. So those are things you want to avoid if you can, because if you spend, whether it's $10 or $50 on a makeup or a beauty product, you want it to last, right? If it's expected to last 36 months, you want 36 months out of it. If you use it before then, hey, good for you. But if this is something that you've put your hard-earned money into and you expect it to last you for a while, you definitely deserve to get those results. So make sure that you're not doing things to sort of sabotage yourself, not to sabotage your investment either, because they have a standard time frame of how long they should last. So for example, powders tend to last a little bit longer than, say, a gel of mascara. A mascara or a liquid eyeliner, anything that's going around your eyes, you really should be replacing it every 3 to 4 months, okay? I stretch mine to about 4 months. I'm not gonna lie. I do what I can, and I use makeup every day. I wear makeup every single day, whether it's just mascara or putting on makeup to go somewhere, especially for my eyes, because, you know, we're all wearing masks. If you're watching this live, we're all wearing masks wherever we go, right? So you do want to replace these every, like I said, 3 to 4 months. Powders will last you longer. okay? Because they're not a gel, they don't dry out, they're already dry. But again, powders, I've had powders that can start to crack or change over time, and it just depends on how long you've had them, what weather conditions are, all that kind of stuff. If you keep them in a bathroom where it's really humid, that can also change some of the consistency and the texture of your products as well. If you keep makeup in your car, that can be a no-no too. I mean, that can change how long or how short your products last for you. Now, recently, and I forget how long this has been happening. I mean, I've been talking about this probably for about 3 or 4 years, so at least that long. Products have been putting little symbols on the back of the labels. Let me hold it up close. See that little symbol right there? It looks like a little open, it looks like my little eyeshadow. It's a little old eyeshadow I used to wear, but I keep it because the container looks just like it. This is the drawing of the container. It's like a black and white pen drawing that you will see on the back of makeup and beauty labels. And it may say 3 months, it may say 6, 12, 18, 24. There's so many different guidelines for how long your makeup should last. So here's another example. Sometimes you'll find it on a label, on a box. Let me see if you can see that there on my back, right over here on this side. See that little open container? That will tell you what your guideline for your product is. Like this one, oh my goodness, I don't have my glasses on. I believe it says 12 months is right here. But it's a great way to see, once you open it, how long should I have this product now? I'm gonna tell you, I've had this for longer than 12 months. I keep it in a drawer. It's not out in the bathroom where it's getting humid. It still looks, let me show you, it's hardly used. That's why I keep it, because it was not inexpensive. But it looks fine, right? The product is still really in great shape. And because I use a clean brush whenever I use it, I'm not introducing any kind of bacteria to it, which I know is going to make it last longer. And that's really the key. If you want your products to last longer, there are certain things you can do like that. You can protect it from high humidity. You can protect it from high heat or really cold temperatures, things like that. I lost my train of thought. I was going to say something else and I forget what it was. Oh my goodness, it has been a day. In any case, make sure that if you use eye products and you ever get any kind of an eye infection of any kind, you want to toss the eye products away and get new ones, because you don't want to reintroduce any kind of bacteria back to your eye. If it was, something on a brush, whether you had, a pink eye or a sty, something like that, any kind of eye infection that would cause you problems, you just don't want to have it again, right? If you've ever been there, if you've ever done that, you know what I'm talking about. There are ways to disinfect your makeup products, to disinfect your makeup brushes. Let me know down below if you want me to send you the links to any of those videos that I've done before. I'd be happy to drop them below. But it's always a chance that you take if you've had an eye infection and you use this brush again, you wait a few days till it's cleared up, whatever, you see the eye doctor, and then you use it again, and now, what are you doing? You're going to take the risk of introducing that back to your eyes, back to your lashes, or whatever. So you want to be really, really careful. And the same goes true for if you have, say, an eye brush, a makeup brush, and you're doing your eye makeup and you get an eye infection. You want to make sure and disinfect your brushes, right? And make sure your eye infection is cleared up before you start using makeup again. Before you start using the brush again, you want to make sure you wash them and or disinfect them so that you're not going to have that struggle again, right? So how cool is that? I was blown away when I discovered it myself, because I never knew that that was a thing that beauty companies were doing now. If you're not already getting videos, I would love for you to hit subscribe. You can also always follow me over at Glam Lashes Galore on my Facebook page, or follow me on Instagram, and let me know below, What videos would you like to see? What kind of makeup tutorials would help you in your own beauty process? Have a great day. Bye.